if you're upgrading your computer, or you've upgraded and you want something for video editing, a Ryzen 7 gives you 8 cores and 16 threads. Now that's not really the big issue here. We're looking at, are you future proof? Well, no, you're not. That's the really quick answer, because once you decide on your processor, the problem you'll get straight away is that you're limiting yourself. Now, you can go to a Ryzen 9, that's not a issue, but you can't go up to EPCs because they are a TRX4 socket, so you don't get the upgrade path that you would normally have. So you could go for a video editing system, you could go for a lower spec EPC or TXR4, that will give you better protection for longevity. You would have to go down, there's two separate routes. Now if I went down an AM4 socket, which is your 9s and 7s, you're not going to get the upgrade path that you wanted or would expect. You are quite limited in that respect, so that really does cause a problem. But if you look at it, an AM4 would be your mid-range and the TXR4 your upper range, and that really does make a big difference all across the board, because the AM4s may only have one, two or 4 sockets for your RAM. A TXR4 will probably have 2 or 4 or 8 slots of RAM. So as your RAM requirements increase, you can do it with that, but with the other socket it is rather limited. So that would be your upgrade path. So technically you're not going to be able to upgrade your system once you lock in, and you are talking a big change. So what do you kind of get? So if you built your system with either system, you can obviously have all your hardware that's not your motherboard and your processor and your RAM. That will change over, that's not going to be an issue. But if you're going to go upgrading, and you probably will do, you'll want to go over to more cores, so therefore your upgrade path will be limited. But if you've gone for a 7, obviously you can go for a 9 afterwards if that tickles your fancy. So that's not a big issue. So that's probably about all I can really say with that. If you're upgrading from the 7 to a 9, yes you can, that's not a big issue. But then once you've hit the 9, you're limited, that's as far as you can go. So if you're going for a 9 now, your upgrade path is extremely limited, and you're probably not really going to go anywhere from that. So yeah, that's probably all I can say on it really. Now your limits, I've put this, I keep on looking over at the graphic that drew you here. The limits are going to be obviously your socket to upgrade path as they come along. Whether AMD will have to change their socket soon or not is up to much debate, but there is some mention in some of the circles that they may well be, so you could end up being rather limited there. So the consideration obviously before you're even looking at buying or building a video editing system, it is actually your software that you're going to use. Now if you use certain software, it's CPU bound. If you use other software, it's GPU bound. Now that makes a big difference, because there's no point in paying for a massive great big processor when all your software that you use uses the GPU. Now if you're currently using your system, flick over to the task manager and on Windows, and it should show you the GPU usage, and the system monitor for you Linux users will give you some idea of what processing is going on, whether it's GPU or CPU. So unless you want to rebuy all your software and have a massive great big learning curve, you'll probably be better off looking at that first, just to pick which one would be the best route for you. So with some of the systems though, you need to pick a specific board and case so that you're able to facilitate the upgrade path for multiple GPUs, and that also will then dictate for the power supply for those GPUs. So you can go down that route, but that doesn't make any difference. You could do an AM4 board with 4 GPUs, that's not an issue, and if you're GPU bound, that's perfectly fine. However, quite a lot of you will be CPU bound, and therefore the upgrade and socket is more important. So that's your consideration for your upgrade path, and to future proof for yourself, or to give yourself those options. So I hope that helped. I know it's confusing now because you don't know which one to go and which chipset to go to, and which are the future limits. No one has a crystal ball to have a look into the future, and we don't know where things are going to go. So yeah, so it's going to really put you back to somewhere near the start here, and probably part 2 will, and part 1 is really essentially boring because it's what I've done anyway. So I hope that helped. If you want to look through, I'm going to rolling back and forth in here is actually system designs for sort of your mid to top end video editing software and systems. So that's kind of like what you need to really be aiming for. Okay, I hope that helps.